Alright folks, I just wanted to show off some code I made. So this specifically, it's quite long when it comes to the name lists, but this specifically generates random individuals for use in a BitLife clone that I'm created. I don't believe the name is copyrighted, and it's a passing note, and I'm not saying it to make money or in an advertisement, so it should be legally allowed. But this is code I made in order to make a game that generates characters in order for use. I've got basic rules, those are subject to change. This got optimized. I formerly had one that was literally just a copy of this, but without the values. Um, the dictionary in and of itself is solely there so that I can remember the ages. It really serves no purpose. It shows me that, like, okay, so if I want to generate a child, it has to be between 0 and 10, because after that it can have any of these jobs. And so this just converts that to a list. This is their alignments, also subject to change. This can also be converted into a list via that, but I've yet to do that. This big, thick class is used to hold all of the data for the individuals. To break it down, we've got age, which is their age. We've got their cog file, which I use as their cognitive, which is essentially the brain of the file. What it does, or of the object that the class controls. Basically, what the cog file does, or not file, what the cog attribute does is it stores everything into one easy list. So that way I can save an entire person into one role. So that way, let's say you're playing and you have a job, right? And you have a set boss. Well, until I haven't implemented any of this yet, because this is as far as I've gotten, because I've been putting so much effort into this, so that it can actually, be accurate. Anyways, so then if you have a boss, until they get fired, or until they retire, or until they get a demotion or a promotion, their cog file will be stored in the job area for that specific business. So that way, I don't have to save everything. I only have to save the cog file, and it'll just call upon the different parts of the cog file and modify the different parts of the cog file. Because as you'll see down here, I don't create each class for each individual person, or I don't create each object. What I do is I have a function create each object as a person, and then it prints out the valuables, or it prints out the values, but that's only for now. This specifically, size means how many people do you want to generate. Age range means do you want children, for like if you're creating a school environment, adults if you're creating a work environment, or any, which is all of the above, like a public setting. Desk print, that prints the description, as you can see right above it, which prints everything for it. The description in and of itself is not saved in the cog file. It is separate, and it is used solely for making sure that everything works. So it's a test function. It will be removed in later editions of the code. And yeah, so basically, if when I declare the function, I set it to true, and it'll print the description. And if I don't set it to true, then it won't. Pretty simple. As you can see in age range, it rolls jobs for them. And basically, this also has their age in it. So if I say age range child, it will only generate ages 1 to 17, because that is, in the eyes of the law, a child. If I want an adult, it'll generate ages 18 to 45, because I don't really have any jobs for anyone older than 45. I don't even really have any jobs for anyone older than 40. And if I want anyone, that's 1 to 45, because again, I don't really have any jobs over 40. Then at the end it returns if nothing's there. Like if true, if instead it's false or instead it's blank, nothing happens. That's going back to the desk print true file. Sorry, I'm very jumpy about all this stuff. Jeez, we're already at like 5 minutes. But down here, this is just to make sure that's all working right. So I was running a basic input thing where it was asking, hey, how many people do you want to generate? Put in a number. What age range? Put in the age range, and then it prints it out for you. Right above that is the person object that I created. It's saved to person, but you know. And then of course there's a lot of none variables because you can't. I don't want to set it all to 0 because that saves all as integers, and I can't save it all to like anything else because if it's just none, then it's modifiable and I can put anything there. Um, and also, if you're still watching this and you are lost, basically, what a class is it basically, it's like, it's like the outline, you know? If you're writing a paper and you write an outline, that's the class. Basically, it has all these things that you fill in or you write functions to fill in. Functions are basically mini bits of code that say what other bits of code do. So if you write a function, it can do anything. You can say function add these two numbers, and then when you declare the function, well, no, this is the declaration. When you reference the function, um, and you add in those attributes, like let's say you create a function, it's like add in, like let's say you create a function, it's called add. Then in the attributes, you'd add two numbers, or you'd put in two numbers, and then the output would be adding. There's code that goes into it, but I'm not here to explain code. I'm just here to explain the jargon that I'm using. And then all these lists and dictionaries, it holds strings or bits of text for it to print for when I need it. So yeah, this is like just over 7 minutes. It's all I wanted to do. Just explain it, have something to upload, and have something to show to the people who are actually watching this and caring. So yeah, peace.